Alright, collective consciousness. So you want to know how to turn chaos into order? Well, I'm going to show you right here, right now, through the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the key to freedom of space, okay? So this particular tablet, we'll be talking about the 9 cycles of consciousness. We'll be going back to the 7 lords. And just like every other tablet, we're only talking about transmuting darkness into light. That's what we're talking about, okay? So what is darkness? Darkness is chaos. Darkness is negativity. Darkness is limitation, beliefs, all right? Where the light is the potentiality of all things. It is love. It is the very thing that's going to bring us life, okay? It's that thing that you, it's the joy. It's that thing that pulls you. That's the light, all right? So, let's go with it. Let's start, okay? List ye, old man, hear ye my voice, teaching of wisdom and light in this cycle, teaching ye how to banish the darkness, teaching ye how to bring light into thy life. In other words, it's going to show us how to banish the darkness, how to remove that fear, and how to be a son of the light. Seek ye, old man, to find the great pathway. That great pathway is the light that leads to eternal life as a son. Draw ye away from the veil of the darkness. Seek to become a light in the world. Make of thyself a vessel for light. In other words, focus. Concentrate on the very thing that you want to achieve, on that very thing that you desire, okay? A focus for the sun of this space. Lift thy eyes to the cosmos. Lift thy eyes to the light. So, come out of darkness, okay? Focus on that very thing that brings you joy. Speak in the words of the dweller, the chant that calls down the light. Sing thou the song of freedom. Sing thou the song of the soul. So this dweller the dweller has his own tablet, and we're about to go there really quick. But the dweller means the detached one. In other words, the dweller understands to always go from darkness to light. You're going to find out that going from darkness to light is the very thing that you must do, okay, in order to have order. Let's see what the dweller has to say, though, really quick, okay? So the dweller is someone that Thoth really looks up to. He calls him master, all right? There on the great throne, beheld I, the dweller, clothed with the light and flashing with fire. Down I knelt before the great wisdom, feeling the light flowing through me in waves. Heard I then the voice of the dweller, O darkness, come into the light. Long have ye sought the pathway to the light. Each soul on earth that loosens its feathers shall soon be free from the bondage of night. So you'll realize in the tablets that Thoth always compares darkness or fear as a feather. That's how easy it should be for us to get rid of it. For from the darkness have ye arisen, closer approach the light of your goal. Here ye shall dwell as one of my children, keeper of records gathered by wisdom. So, keeper of records gathered by wisdom, in other words, the experience from going from being afraid, of having that fear, having those limitation thoughts, and then you experience going into the light. Instrument thou of the light from beyond, ready to be made to do what is needed, preserver of wisdom, though the ages of darkness that shall come fast on the children of men. Live thee here and drink of all wisdom. You're both darkness and light. Secrets and mysteries unto thee shall unveil. Again, you have to understand that you're both. And when you understand that you're both and that you don't have to be stuck in a limitation belief, you can cross over and then all will unveil to you. Okay? That's the mystery for us. Okay? So we'll go back to the key of freedom of space. Create the high vibration that will make thee one with the whole. Blend all thyself with the cosmos. Grow into one with the light. So as I just said, how are you going to grow into one with the light? By experiencing the darkness, and then you become one with the light. That's what this tablet is all about, okay? Be thou a channel of order, a pathway of law to the world. Thy light, O man, is the great light, shining through the shadows of flesh. So when he's talking about be a channel of order, he is speaking of numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's speaking of the 7 lords, and we're going to go to the 7 lords. We're going to talk about what is this order that Thoth is speaking of, okay? So starting with 3, and then I will tell you what is 1 and 2. So remember, we're talking about going in order, from chaos to order. 3 holds the key of all hidden magic. Creator, he of the halls of the dead. Sending forth power, shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of the children of men. Sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. So, 3 holds the key to all hidden magic. In other words, is the light is hidden from us, because what is the magic? The magic is darkness and light. So 3 is going to be... No, my tablet went off, huh? Okay, so 3 is you living in darkness and the light is hidden from you. 4 is he who loses the power. Lord, he of the life to the children of men. Light is his body, flame is his countenance, freer of the souls to the children of men. Well, why would you lose the power? The power is wisdom. You've lost the power because you don't see the light. You don't see that side of the wisdom. But if you realize that the flame is your countenance or the flame is your support, then you will be free. And we will touch base on this word flame later in the Key of Freedom of Space tablet, okay? 5 is the master, the Lord of all magic, key to the word that resounds among men. So we went from hidden magic to the Lord of all magic. Because when you realize that that flame is your countenance back where 4 was, that's when you realize that you're all magic. You're all of the magic. You're all of darkness. You're all of the light. 6 is the Lord of light, the hidden pathway, part of the souls of the children of men. So this is our purpose, is to go down that hidden pathway, down that pathway that we thought we were afraid of, down that pathway that we had such limited beliefs. 7 is he who is Lord of the vastness, master of space, and the key of the times. So you go down that hidden pathway and you experience it. Then you're able to be master of that space and the key of that particular time. So this word time does not mean time as 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. This time represents an event. So in other words, me talking to this camera and me reading this for you, this is a hidden pathway for me. This is a desire for me to do, but I had to overcome my fears of my limited belief. Okay? Right now, I'm experiencing this event, my consciousness, and me trying to master this space. All right? 8 is he who orders the progress, weights and balances the journey of men. So what are you balancing? You're balancing all the magic, darkness and light. 9 is the Father, vast he of countenance, forming and changing from out of the formless. In other words, you're constantly going from darkness to light, and it's eons, people. It's forever. That's what we're doing. That's how the soul grows. So let me read it again for you. We're going back to the key of freedom and space. Be thou a channel of order. I just told you what the order was. A pathway of law. It is law to the world. Thy light, O man, is the great light. You have to remember that you're that. You are everything, shining through the shadow of flesh. So this shining through the shadow of flesh means when you realize that you're the light, you shine so that everyone can see you. You become the light to the world, okay? Because when the world sees you, the world sees itself. We are one. Free must thou rise from darkness before thou art one with the light. Don't you see? It's through order. You have to go from darkness to light. You can't skip the darkness. Okay? Shadows of darkness surround thee. Life fills thee with its flow. So life fills thee with its flow. So me wanting to be on YouTube, me talking to this camera, that thing that pulled me, that said, come over here. That's the flow. That's the thing that brings you life. Okay? Going through that order of fear, I experienced that limitation of belief, and now here I am speaking to you. But know, O man, thou must arise and forth thy body go, far to the plains that surround thee, and yet are one with thee too. Look all around thee, O man. See thy own light reflected. Don't you see that you're everything? Even in darkness around thee, thy own light pours forth through the veil. Seek thou for wisdom always. Always embrace the experience of going from chaos into order. Let not thy body be betrayed. That's why we have chronic pain, physical pain. It's because we resist ourselves. We want to hold on to certain things, hold on to negative beliefs, resisting that very thing that pulls us, that say, come over here. This is who you are. Keep in the path of the light wave. Shun thou the darkened way. Know thee that wisdom is lasting. It's forever. We do this forever. Existing since the all soul began. Creating harmony from by the law that exists in the way. We do this forever. It's eons, people. Okay, it's a game that we play to forget and then to remember. That way the soul can grow. That's what we're doing. Listen, O man, to the teachings of wisdom. Listen to the voice that speaks of the past time. I shall tell thee the knowledge forgotten. What's forgotten? That we're also the light. We already live in darkness. Look around you. Look how many people have limited beliefs. We already live that way. We forgot that we're also the light. Tell me the wisdom hidden in past time, lost in the mist of the darkness around me. Know ye, man, ye are the ultimate of all things. You are everything. Don't forget that. Don't just be stuck in limited beliefs. You're actually the opposite of that as well. Think about that. Think about how frightened you are of something. You're actually the opposite of that. Only the knowledge of this is forgotten, lost when man was cast into bondage, cast down into darkness, bound and feathered by the chains of the darkness. Long, long ago I cast off my body. Wander I free through the vastness of ether, circled the angles that hold man in bondage. So when Thoth says circled the angles, he's speaking of the Metatron cube. There's 5 shapes that holds the Metatron cube, and within those shapes is the fruit of life, which will give you those circles. So think of these angles that is going through these circles. And Thoth is saying that he circled the angles. In other words, he went through order. That bottom circle is number 3, the hidden magic. And then it works its way up, okay? That middle circle right inside of the Metatron cube, that is number 6, the Lord of Light, the hidden pathway. That's what he's speaking of, all right? He's speaking of the Metatron cube is the architect of our consciousness. And we have to go through order to break free from darkness into light. Know ye, O man, ye are only a spirit. The body is nothing. The soul is all. The soul wants to grow. Let not your body be a feather. He's speaking of the darkness, that limitation of belief. He's comparing it to a feather. That's how easy it should be for us to overcome it. But because we lost the knowledge, it's very difficult for us. Cast off the darkness and travel in light. Cast off your body, O man, and be free. Truly a light that is one with the light. When ye are free from the feathers of darkness and travel in space as a son of the light. So those circles that he's talking about, that I was talking about, circle and angles, that is space. When he says when you travel in space through each circle, then ye shall know that space is not boundless. What is space? Space is circle and angles, the Metatron cube. But truly bounded by angles and curves. That's what we're talking about. That curves is that circle that he was talking about earlier. You need to understand that that Metatron cube is not just a fancy geometric design. It is the architect of our consciousness. And that's what we're talking about, that chaos to order right now. Know ye, O man, that all that exists is only an aspect of greater things yet to come. Matter is fluid and flows like a stream, constantly changing from one thing to another. Don't you remember when he said number 9 was going from form to formless? We're constantly changing. That's how the soul grows. The soul does not grow when you're stuck in darkness. But there's wisdom in darkness, so you have to come out of it. All through the ages has knowledge existed, never been changed.
though buried in darkness, never been lost, though forgotten by man. Know we that throughout the space that ye dwell in are others as great as your own.
Why? Because we are all one.
Interlace through the heart of your matter, yet separate in space of their own.
So we are all one, but we are only separate because of our consciousness allows us to experience different events. So it's actually quite simple. Whatever your consciousness is at this very moment, you're going to experience that event. But my consciousness is different from your consciousness. That's how we're separate, but yet we're actually still one, okay?
Once in a time long forgotten, Thoth opened the doorway, penetrated into other spaces, and learned of the secrets concealed deep in the essence of matter, or many mysteries concealed.
So that's what we're experiencing. We're experiencing this matter, these physical bodies, and there's many mysteries within it.
9 are the interlocked dimensions.
So we talked about 3 through 9 through the 7 lords, but remember, 1 is life and 2 is death. That is the 9 cycles of consciousness, okay? And 9 are the cycles of space. 9 are the diffusions of consciousness. And 9 are the worlds within worlds. 9 are the lords of the cycles that come from above and below. So we have, you can look at it as we have that top chakra all the way down to the low chakra, okay? But why does he say above and below? Why not below to above? Because remember, number 9 weights and balances. It weights and balances all the magic. All right? That's very important because you have to think, where's my fear at? Where's my limitation beliefs coming from? You have to actually think about it. That's that third eye. You have to see what's happening to you. That's why it's above and below. Space is filled with concealed ones, for space is divided by time. Time is events. Time does not represent 1, 2, 3, 9 o'clock. How do I know this? Because through the tablets, the tablet of key of time, the master speaks of time being an event. Seek ye the key to the time space, and ye shall unlock the gate. Know ye that throughout the time space, consciousness surely exists. So your consciousness, remember what time and space was? Time and space was number 7. So number 7 has to, I lost my train of thought. So we're going to go back. Space is filled with the concealed ones, for space is divided by time. Seek ye the key to the time space, and ye shall unlock the gate. So when your consciousness actually masters that time and space, you unlock the gate. All right? Know ye that throughout the time-space, consciousness surely exists. Why? Because your consciousness created that space. It created that event. Okay? So I got through that. Though, from our knowledge, it is hidden, yet still forever exists. The key to the worlds within thee are found only within. You are the one that is creating the event through your consciousness. And because you created that event, now you got to get yourself out of it. How do you do that? Through order. For man is the gateway of mystery, and the key that is one with the one. So now your consciousness created this limitation belief. Now you got to get yourself out of it. So you're the gateway of that mystery because you created it yourself. Seek ye within the circle. Use the word I shall give. Open the gateway within thee, and surely thou too shalt live. Man, ye think that ye live it, but no, it is life within death. Because we created that limitation belief, the only way for us to have life is through death. Because we're both. For as sure as ye are bound to your body, that's that feather he was talking about. For you, no life exists. There is no life if you stay in darkness. There is no life if you create limitations for yourself. There is no life when you do not follow that thing that pulls you. That pull isn't an accident. That pull is the very thing that's going to bring you life. You see, not everyone wants to teach on YouTube, but I did. That's the thing that pulled me. And the only way to have life is for me to just do it, to take those steps. Only the soul is space free, has life that is really a life. That's why he said the soul is everything and the body is nothing. Did you not catch that? Are you finally understanding something? That pull, that's your soul. Call it your higher self. It's pulling you. Come on over here. This is how you're going to get yourself out of that feather that keeps you bound to darkness. Okay? All else is only a bondage, a feather from which to be free. Think not that man is earth-born. Though come from earth, he may be. Man is a light-born spirit, but without knowing, he can never be free. You will never be free until you realize you are also the light. You've already experienced the darkness. Wake up and realize that no, you're that very thing that you're afraid of. You're actually the opposite of it. Think about that. Darkness surrounds the light born. Darkness feathers the soul.
It stops the soul from experience what it truly is. Only the one who is seeking may ever hope to be free. So in other words, you have to be determined to understand what's happening to you. Stop being stuck in darkness. Seek. Come into the light. Shadows around thee are fallen. Darkness fills all the space. Shine forth, O light of the man's soul. Feel thou the darkness of space. In other words, that darkness space, fill it with light. How? By realizing that you're actually the opposite of that thing that you're afraid of, people. Don't be afraid no more. It's an illusion for your soul to grow. That's why he said it's a mystery. You hold the key to that mystery because you created it. Ye are son of the great light. Remember, and ye shall be free. Stay not thou in the shadows. Now listen to what he's saying to you. Spring forth from the darkness of night. Light, let thy soul be. O son born, filled with the glory of light, freed from the bonds of the darkness, a soul that is one with the light. Thou art the key to all wisdom. You're it. Your consciousness creates that event. And because you created that event, now you have to go through it. Within thee is all time and space. We are eons. We carry all the wisdom within us. We just forgot. Live not in bondage to darkness. Free thou thy light form from the night. Great light that fills all the cosmos, flow thou fully to man. Make of his body a light torch that shall never be quenched among men. No one can put that light out. There's nothing anyone that can say to you that could put it out. When you know that you are not this limited belief person, when you know you're not that, no one could put that out. No one could put that light out. Be confident. Don't worry about what people say. Those people that talk, those are the same people that don't do anything. They're afraid, limited. I mean, they're so limited. That's the reason why they try to put you down. But you see the truth. Long in the past sought I wisdom, knowledge not known to man. Far to the past I traveled, into the space where time began. Sought I ever new knowledge to add to the wisdom I knew. Yet only I found Did the future hold the key to the wisdom I thought? Whatever you think, that's going to be your future. You're experiencing your own consciousness. Wake up. Down to the holes of Amenti, I journeyed the greater knowledge to seek. Acts of thee, lords of the cycles, they way to the wisdom I sought. So the lords of the cycles is going to be the 9 cycles of consciousness. Ask the lords of this question. Where is the source of all? Answer in tones that were mighty, the voice of the Lord of the 9. Free thou thy soul from thy body, and come forth with me to the light. So I'm going to kind of throw a nugget for you. There is no actual 7 lords the way that you think. It's not like there's going to be 7 entities. He's speaking of numbers and colors. In other words, he's speaking of music and art. That is what makes up the universe. How cool is that he's actually speaking to it? How do I know that? Because the 7 lords has a tablet. And he said the 7 lords is not what you think what it is. He's telling you it's music and art. That's why he numbers them. Because Thoth comes from a place of geometry. But there's a few places in the tablet where he will say that the universe is music and colors. That's a little nugget for you, okay? Forth I came from my body, a glittering flame in the night. Stood I before the Lord, bathed in the fire of life. Cease was I then by a force, great beyond knowledge of man. Cast was I to the abyss, through spaces unknown to man. Saw I the molding of order. This is why you guys came here, for all of those that actually stayed. Here it is. We're about to finally go from chaos to order. From the chaos and angles of night, saw I the light spring from order, and heard the voice of the light. Saw I the flame of the abyss, casting forth order and light. Saw order spring out of chaos. Saw light giving forth life. Then heard I the voice. Hear thou and understand. Listen. The flame is the source of all things. Don't you remember number 4? He who loses the power, he lost the wisdom. And remember when it said that the flame was his countenance. The flame is his support. The flame is the source of all things. That's why it's your support. containing all things in potentiality. The order that sent forth light is the Word. And from the Word come life and the existence of all. You are all things. What did the Bible say? In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. What was the Word? What did the book of Genesis said? Let there be light. And again spoke the voice, saying, the life in thee is the Word. Let there be light. Find thou the life within thee, and have powers to use of the Word. How do you find the life within thee? What did I tell you? That soul, some people may say the higher self, that's that thing that's pulling you, that's guiding you. You thought it was an accident that you are who you are? I mean, think about it. Why you? Why are you interested in the things that you are interested in? Why do you get pulled to come over here, to come over there? But it's always that one thing that sticks in the back of your mind. You think that's an accident? That's your soul. That's who you are. Wake up. Do not resist your soul. It's who you are. It is guiding you. That's why it said number 6 is the hidden pathway, but it's Lord of the light. Don't go against yourself. And don't let no one knock you off either. Don't let no one knock you off that pathway. Long I watched the light flame, pouring forth from the essence of fire, realizing that life but order, and that man is one with the fire. The oneness, the all. No separation. Back I came to my body, stood again with the 9, listened to the voice of the cycles, vibrate with powers they spoke. Know ye, O Thoth, that life is but the word of the fire. That flame that contains everything. The life for thee, seek before thee, is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word. Seek ye the path to the light, and have powers shall surely be thine. You will realize that you're everything. You're no longer that limited belief person. I'm going to read that again for you. The life forth ye seeks before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path. I told you. The soul already lays the path out for you. Seek it. To the word and power shall surely be thine. You're going to remember who you are. Just like right now, me teaching you. I'm remembering who I am. That little boy, when I was a little boy, I couldn't read or spell. That little boy, when they said I had a learning disability throughout my whole entire time in school. And here I am talking to you, teaching you something. Remembering who I am. You see, that's the pathway. Then asked I of the nine, O Lord, show me the path. Give the path to the wisdom. Show me the way to the word. Show me the way to the light. What I'm about to read is one of the most important paragraphs of the whole entire Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And for those of you that has stuck it out with me, you're about to have it. Listen to it. Answered me then the Lord of the nine cycles of consciousness. We've already went through it. Through order, ye shall find the way. Saw we that the word came from chaos? Didn't you see that the light came from darkness? Saw we not that light came from fire? Can't you see all the potentiality? Look around you, people. Everything is here. Don't say you can't do it, because there's going to be someone that's showing you that it could be done. Look in thy life for this order. Balance and order thy life. What are you balancing? The darkness and the light. You already are the darkness. The light has been hidden from you. Now it's time to balance it. Become the light. Realize that you are everything. Quell all the chaos of emotions. Get rid of those limited beliefs. Wake up, people. And thou shalt have order in life. Again, I'm going to speak of myself to you. I was once that little boy that could not read or spell. I just read this for you. They said I have a learning disability. People won't dare get on YouTube and try to interpret this. What is your thing? What are you struggling with? What is your chaos of emotions that's limiting you? Order brought forth from chaos. Order brought forth from chaos will bring thee the word of the source. Will thee the power of cycles, the 9 cycles, and make of thy soul a force that free will extend through the ages, a perfect sun from the source, to come from darkness into light. You become a force. There's no more limitations. But remember, this is eons, people. It's forever. You can't. That's the way it works.
Imagine the soul, though. The soul has such great growth going through this. That's why Thoth said the soul is everything, the body is nothing. Worry about your growth, okay? Get through that chaotic emotions that you're going through. Listen I to the voice and deep think the words in my heart. Forever I have sought for order that I might draw on the word. Know we that he who obtains it must ever in order be for use of the word, though this order has never and can never be. Take ye these words, O man, as part of thy life. Let them be. Seek thee to conquer this order, and one with this word thou shalt be. Conquer that darkness. Listen, how was I? See, I got 3 older sisters. They didn't have no problems in school reading and spelling. Why me? It's because that's what my soul wanted to do. It's my soul wanted to experience that darkness so I can come out of it and learn. It's not a mistake. Why you? Ask yourself that question. I'm here to tell you why. Because it's who you are. There's no other logic behind it. Why? Since I was a little boy, I've always wanted to be a teacher, but a little boy that couldn't read or spell. Think about that. Why? It's who I am. Ask yourself, who are you? Take ye these words, O man, as part of thy life. Let them be. Seek thee to conquer this order, and one with the word thou shalt be. Put forth thy effort in gaining light on the pathway of life, because that's the only way you'll have life. You'll have life no other way. You'll have no joy. You're never going to experience joy unless you put effort in going down that hidden pathway that you're afraid of. It would never be. You will always be one of those people, especially here in America. All we do is wake up, we go to work, we hate our job. Most of us hates it. Most of us wants to do something completely different. Follow your soul. Your soul is going to tell you that pathway, that thing that pulls you. I keep repeating myself because I'm trying to get you to understand it. This is what Thoth is teaching you. Seek to be one with the sun state. Seek to be one with your soul. Okay? The soul is everything. Seek to be solely the light. Move on. Go in order. Hold thou thy thought on the oneness. Realize you're everything. Of light with the body of man. Know that all is order from chaos born into light.
we are not going to get away from the darkness because it is a part of who we are. Okay, we are dual. And this is the game that we play here. This is it. You can do it. You can do it when you have understanding of what is actually happening to you. Maybe you want to be an architect. Maybe you want to be a doctor. It doesn't matter what you want to be. Maybe you have fears of being in an intimate relationship. Just know you're fearful of being in an intimate relationship, but yet just know you're actually the opposite of that. You're actually great in an intimate relationship. You see people? Don't be in denial. Well, I've decided that I don't really want that for myself. Don't be in denial. You know the truth about yourself. Whatever that thing that is calling you, that's the thing of your soul telling you, this is the pathway of freedom. Take it.